Ready, set, go. Just push the red button.
It's been on.
Okay. Hi, I'm William. I'm from Sandy, Oregon, gateway to Mount Hood. Today I thought I'd show you how to make a Christmas bonsai. Similar to this one over here. This is a Catoni aster. This one's been around for about 20 years now, so it's a little bit more mature, but this will give you the general idea of what I'm looking at. First thing you want to do is you want to go down to your neighborhood garden center. It's a good time of year to get plants. They're all closing out plants. I got this one for $2.99. This is, you want to get a dwarf Chinese juniper. This variety is the sea green, and it's in a 1 gallon pot. If you wanted to get a little bit bigger, you could get into a 2 gallon pot. If you really want to get a real nice one, real big one, then you would want to get like a 5 gallon pot. The other things that you're going to need for this project are you're going to need a bonsai pot, or if you want, you can just get yourself a planter bottom from a garden center, and a little tray. If you punch holes in it, you can use that for a bonsai pot too. You can get these through specialty outlets. Anybody that carries bonsai will have them. The other things that you're going to need are a bypass pruner, scissors pruner, and I got a little spring-loaded one. These are particularly handy if you're clipping little things. All these things, by the way, the pruner and scissor pruner can be purchased at Fred Meyer's or at, I got mine at Home Depot. You're also going to need a serrated knife. I borrowed my wife's bread knife. It's been mine ever since. This is just a chopstick out of a Chinese restaurant. You get those, you just walk in, they'll hand them to you. And you're going to need a little bit of Christmas bow. The other things that you're going to need are a little bit of washed rock, or you can get decorative rock, and these can be had at Fred Meyer's or any garden center, or Ace Hardware I think has them. And if you wish, sometimes juniper is a little bit prickly, so you probably want to get yourself a set of light gardening gloves, something that you're going to be able to feel through. And then me, of course, I'm going to need my glasses for this, so if you need those, you might want to put them on. There's some small things you have to trim. One of the other things that you might need, if you live where I live, everything grows, and moss is no exception, and I got this out of my front yard, and this is particularly nice for the top of your bonsai if you have access to moss. Some places sell moss spores, and you can get those, and it's a dried moss, and when you water it, then the moss will grow on top of it. So anyway, we have a 1 gallon sea green juniper here. The first thing you want to do is you want to lay it down so you're not going to break anything, and you push down on the pot and you break the soil loose from it, and it'll come out real easy. And it just comes out like that. And you want to take a look at it. You want to break down the soil on the top. I'm going to take a look at the trunk here. I'm going to look at the trunk of this thing and see where the main branches are coming out. And you can see you got one here, and you got another one just over here. You may not even use that. You want to try to find the front. Usually I pick the side that everything's growing away from. And you can tell with this pot and this plant that this is the side where there's not really a lot of growth happening. So that's usually the way I choose the front. real important that you choose the front, because when you're showing it, you're going to want to see that. So I break all the soil away from the top there. You might have to pull away a little bit of the roots, but that's okay. Kind of work through there and get all that out so you can see what you're doing. And then you just start trimming. I'm going to start out with the little trimmers and just trim some of these little things out of the way. I'm going to have just big branches. For the first couple of inches. And I take all these extras that I'm cutting and I'll put them in some soil and probably propagate some more. So that's a good way to save some money too. This has got to be one of the easiest things that you can do. It's really a simple process. And I'm just going to leave that growth for now because I might use that. I'm going to come up here, trim all this little stuff out in there. Sometimes you can just pull it off. There you can see now, you can see that we have a little bit more open branch work down there. Just keep doing that. Go ahead and pause it.
Okay.
There, so after you get some of this undergrowth trimmed here, you can see how the structure of the tree now is more apparent. And I like to just leave 3 branches off of the tree. It's a nice, simple, easy way to do it, and it'll give you good results. So what I want to do is take my bypass prunners, and I'm going to cut. You can see here there's this main branch with 3 branches, main trunk with 3 branches, and then there's these 2 on the back side here that I'm not really liking, so I'm just going to cut those off. And you can see now you have a real nice clean tree. Like that. Pause. So then from there, all you need to do is you want to make a broom style. So that would consist of anything that's on top here you want to leave, and you want to take off some of this longer stuff that's not working for you. So do that like this. Cut off anything that's on the bottom. So any growth that's here coming on the bottom, you take off. You just trim that like so. And I'm going to cut a few more things. There's this part that's coming out of the front here I don't like. I'm going to cut that. Okay, so you don't want anything sticking out at you here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut back some of the stuff that's coming right out at me. And take off the stuff that's not really helping with the structure of the plant, flattening it out.